Well, it didn't take long for the mainstream media to pick out the new gaslighting campaign that they wanted to run. And that was, of course, that there is no such thing as Antifa, even though everybody's lying eyes must have deceived them. As we see people like Hassan Piker promoting the group outright, we see them all over Twitter. We see them currently, some professors that are big fans of Antifa, fleeing the country because Antifa is definitely not a real thing. And we can queue up a bunch of videos of watching these people getting BTFO'd, and it's amazing. Well, the FBI has said they are done playing around, and now they are launching formal investigations into not just Antifa, but anybody who supports it, and I 100% support that. Let's start with some goons getting owned that I know you'll all love, and then we'll go to the investigation stuff. Here's this. Federal agents decimated Antifa in Portland, quite literally charging at them and pummeling them to the ground. I voted for this. Playtime is over. Let's see here. Oof. F you, man. F you, man. Look at him dragging him. Yeah, F you, man. They just drag him back, too, which is amazing. Playtime's over. F you. They said we have the right to peacefully assemble, but I'm sorry. They are, in fact, not peacefully assembling. Fiery, but mostly peacefully. But we have numerous videotapes of these clowns getting attacking journalists and things of that nature.
I have to assume somewhere in there, if you're hurt.
Help us! Help us! The face of the resistance. You just love to see it. You just love to see it. And now the FBI is dead serious about this. Look at this from Glenn Beck.
Last week I did a TV show that apparently got the FBI's attention. The topic was initial investigation, a jumping off point, shattering the myth that Antifa just, it's just leaderless and decentralized.
This is, by the way, the lie that Jimmy Kimmel is spreading.
You understand, there's no Antifa. This is an entirely imaginary organization.
No, it isn't. I invite Jimmy to go to Portland and go to the ICE facility there and see, you have the Minnesota Attorney General coming out and denying their existence despite a 2018 handbook that he was a part of. The FBI has launched a full investigation into Antifa and spent the weekend calling journalists who've been victims of their attacks, like Andy No, for example. I received a call, Nick Soder did, from the FBI Sunday morning and confirmed others did as well. The Trump administration will take down this terror network. You see this, one of the chief financiers behind Antifa just fled overseas, which officially makes Antifa now a foreign terror organization. Mark Bray literally just made the biggest mistake he possibly could. Here's Andy No reporting on that. Mark Bray, a financier of International Antifa and the author of the Antifa Handbook, has announced he is fleeing to Europe, believed to be Spain. The announcement follows the United States government declaring Antifa a domestic terror group and the intelligence community agreeing. This is absolutely a real thing. They are real people, whether they are just like anarchists who are kind of doing whatever they want to do under the guise of saying that they're Antifa, or if they are formally organized. Feel like I remember when Not Gay Jared from Crowder, didn't he like infiltrate a cell and realize that and reveal that they had some sort of Antifa messaging app that they used?
We thought, no, it's really not. So we dove in head first and we analyzed the Antifa network, and we went from the street thugs to the support groups, eventually to the funding. Okay.
Right.
To say the FBI was interested in this might be an understatement. Let's just say the FBI is turning over every single stone. It is so clear to me that they are exploring all angles of this, and they are talking to anyone and everyone that can give them any kind of information. How do I know? Saturday, I get a phone call. The director would like to send over some agents to speak to you, Glenn.
Oh, boy.
And I'm like, the direct FBI agents? Yes, you said some things that they need to talk to you about. And I'm like,
Oh.
Are good things or bad? They'll be over. So they sat in my living room. 3 agents sat in my living room on Saturday afternoon for almost 2 hours. And I immediately called Jason. I'm like, Jason, you're the researcher. It's your fault. I'm going to throw you under the bus. You better get your butt over here. So Jason was there, and my wife and Jason and I sat there, and it was surreal at one point. I talked to him for about 15 minutes just going over the Tides Foundation.
Yeah.
And saying, if you understand Tides, you'll understand how difficult your job is going to be. And this is information that I first gave on Fox years ago.
This whole idea that Antifa isn't a real thing and blah, 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 it's, of course, nonsense. We know that they've been around, again, whether it's a formal affiliation or it's just a bunch of anarchists then flying their flag, it needs to go away.
Let me just say this. Finally, we have an administration and an FBI director that is willing to go in deep, not surface, but deep. I can only imagine what we could have avoided if anyone in an administration would have done this in 2011.
When they were very, very, very much on the front page of everything.
But if I were in that imaginary group of Antifa, which, by the way, has imaginary leaders leaving the country to go maybe to imaginary countries outside of the U.S. right now.
He's 100% right about all of this.
I would be very concerned if I were part of anything that was sending money their way or assistance their way. I don't know. I might be a little concerned because the FBI is dead ass serious. Thank you, Donald Trump, Kash Patel, and all of the agents at the FBI.
Dan Bongino. The idea, you see this. Meet the organizers behind the No Kings protest. Indivisible's Leah Greenberg and Ezra Levin. Take a break from book writing for this. This week's movement started with a Google Doc. Indivisible is back in the streets. Founded by former congressional staffers Leah Greenberg and Ezra Levin, and funded by George Soros' Open Society Network, Indivisible has grown from a viral guide into one of the most powerful grassroots networks in America, although it's not really grassroots. Now they're leading No Kings, a nationwide push to remind America that democracy means no one's above the law. We'll ask Letitia James about that. This thread dives into who Greenberg and Levin are and how Indivisible rose to prominence and what's really behind the No Kings movement. As always, patience as I pull the thread together in real time. These are corporately funded terror organizations, in my opinion, funded by places like the ACLU. Greenberg and Levin are co-founders of Indivisible. Other than donor-advised funds, their backing primarily comes from, quote, Open Society and Fund for a Better Future. The latter is a shadowy nonprofit backed by Sergey Brin and played a key role in the infamous Build Back Better campaign of 2020. The first thing you'll notice about Leah Greenberg's LinkedIn is that she held an advisory position in the State Department, despite having gotten her international relations bachelor's degree just 6 years before that. That Leah Greenberg once served in the U.S. State Department, was trained in foreign policy, and now leads the nation's largest protest is no coincidence. Greenberg appears to be followed by Rosenthal, and a Rosenthal fellow, literally groomed to be a key player in a foreign policy early on. The scholarship is sponsored by Partnership in Public Services, which is supported by the Bloombergs. These nameless, faceless corporations are anything but, I mean, like Terry groups, are anything but nameless and faceless. There is real big money behind them. There are people like Jimmy Kimmel working to run cover for them in real time, because that's what he's doing. Don't believe your lying eyes, everybody. Jimmy Kimmel is here to tell you the truth about Antifa, right? By the way, here's an Antifa goon antagonizing men in a restaurant. Let's see how this goes.
Wait, can we get your
Oh, you're insecure. That ego's hitting hard, huh?
Don't do that. Don't grab their phone. That is gonna likely catch you a charge. But everything changes right about here. Oop, swung out a missed. Boom!
Oh my god, right now.
Watch this from outside. Boom! Dong! As you can see, the more you F around, the more likely you are to find out. If you saw it on the video, you can see his soul leaving his body. I mean, people are tired of this, and I am certainly tired of people like Jimmy Kimmel gaslighting and saying, oh, well, it's just an idea. You're just crazy if you believe Antifa's a real thing. You're crazy. You must be taking crazy pills. Antifa's 100% just a made-up ideology that's supported by everybody I hang out with while we eat baby foreskins or use them in our lotion for our skin. With that, Antifa's on the run. I hope that Kash Patel and the FBI doubles and triples down, extradites these people, and gets rid of this organization that has been terrorizing the American people for years. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below. We'll talk to you again real soon.